Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thursday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from theuptrend.com. In the pre-market this morning, everybody seems to be happy. We've got stock index futures and commodities trading higher, with the Dow up over 480 points at the moment. Well, today's theme is certainly forget about yesterday. I don't know what happened overnight, whether the market got a good night's sleep or if they took a pill or whatever, but certainly we're reversing everything that happened yesterday. Yesterday did turn out to be a buy the rumor, sell the news situation. And of course, we expect volatility to expand after 2 p.m. and certainly after 2:30. And that's what happened yesterday. The market ran up several times, making a new all-time high for the U.S. market on Wednesday, and then rolled over going into the day and actually closing lower on the day. So officially, Wednesday was a bearish reversal day, and you'll see a lot of these signals on your charts this morning. Of course, we always talk about the fact that these reversal signals, whether they're bullish or bearish, are one-bar events. And so this is a daily chart we're looking at, so it's a one-day event. And for it to be significant, we really need confirmation to the downside today, and we're certainly not getting that in the pre-market. So if we close above yesterday's high, that wipes out the signal. It's like it never happened. And of course, if we close lower today, that would confirm yesterday's signal and mark a top for this particular move for the market. And so far, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Now, the S&P 500 ETF did not hit our next price target yesterday, but it is trading up there this morning. So the price target is 570.31, and we are trading currently at 570.34. Of course, that number is going to be different by the time you see this presentation. So Thursday may turn out to be another day to take profits. Now, we did hit the next price target for the equal-weighted S&P 500. The high of the day was $178.40, and we needed $178.13. For the Russell 2000, we almost nicked it. We were short by 6 cents on the day. So you can see the huge move up in the Russell 2000 and the complete reversal, and we actually ended the day up 4 cents on the day. Looking at the Dow Diamonds, we're going to hit that price target this morning. The Qs are not going to hit the price target at the open. They may later in the day, but the Qs, the technology sector, the semiconductors, is still not performing with the rest of the market. Now, the Canadian market was quite different. We did not make a new all-time high yesterday. Volatility was rather muted. The Vanguard Canada ETF was down 0.29%, and the iShares for the TSX 60 were down a little over 0.33% on the day, so no big moves there. Now, the VIX is still on a sell signal, so still supportive for higher stock prices for the S&P 500, for the NASDAQ, and for the Russell 2000, which had a wild day yesterday. So no change in trend for either of those. So they're still all supportive for higher stock prices. Looking at the bond market, we did see money come out of the bond market yesterday. The TLT drove down to the lower channel line. It is trading slightly higher in the pre-market this morning. The XBB holding up much better. We had a new high yesterday for the emerging markets and for the junk bonds before pulling back. And those moves to the downside may be undone today. We may start moving back up on Thursday. Let's finish off looking at the commodity ETFs. And we saw a pullback yesterday for crude oil, but no change in trend there. Now, Canadian energy stocks pulled back slightly. They are still on a sell signal. Things would change on Thursday with a close above 1711 for the iShares TSX Energy ETF. In the U.S., we're already on a buy signal. We made a new high for this move yesterday before pulling back, still closing higher on the day, so no change there. A small pullback for gasoline and a small pullback for natural gas on Wednesday. Looking at the metals, copper made a new high for this move, started trading out above the August high before pulling back, closing slightly lower on the day. Nice big move up for the copper miners yesterday, trading up to the bottom of an open gap. Before pulling back, still closing higher on the day. A wild day for the GLD yesterday, putting in a bearish reversal signal, still no change in trend. Big move for the GDX yesterday. Wild day, hitting our next price target, then pulling back right back to support. And then looking at the iShares for the TSX 60, it also had a wild day closing at the previous day's low. So no change in trend for either of those ETFs. And there we are, just closing below resistance, which was supposed to be support. There's our price target line at 23.44. We're still stuck to that line. Looking at silver, it had a wild day yesterday. We're having trouble breaking out above 28.13 for the SLV. Then looking at silver miners, they had a wild day, and of course, no change in trend there. We did hit our next price target. If you had an order in up there at 35.94, congratulations. And then we came back to support. Looking at palladium, it pulled back yesterday after making a new high on Tuesday. And platinum pulled back to the upper channel line. A close below 87.40 on Thursday would give us a sell signal for platinum. Well, we're almost done here. Just a couple of more charts. Some big news in the Canadian telecom sector. We had Bell sell some assets while Rogers bought some assets. And you can see the stocks moving in opposite directions. Of course, at the end of the day, what did it mean for the sector? Well, nothing really. We were down slightly on the day, as the whole sector had an inside day. And last up, Amazon's in the news this morning. Their warehouse workers are getting a raise. What I thought was interesting is that they're also getting Prime memberships. And I really thought that if you worked for Amazon, and they would just give you a Prime membership, but I guess I was wrong about that. So congratulations to those warehouse workers. They're getting Prime memberships. Okay, folks, that's all for this morning's presentation. Really, the story today is forget about yesterday. It was a volatile day. The market hit new all-time highs, closed lower on the day, but that doesn't really matter. We are looking at higher futures in the pre-market this morning. We've got to get across those jobless numbers, but I'm not sure they're going to have much effect on the market as we are just coming out of the Fed meeting from Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Friday morning.